Happy Venus return to everyone born with Venus in Cancer, as the planet of love and beauty enters the sign of the Crab on Sunday, May 7th. Venus will stay here until June 5th, helping smooth out all of the tensions and conflicts caused by Mars being in Cancer. With this transit, we are loyal, sensitive, protective of ourselves and protective of people we love, as well as we're blessed with the power of giving the best hugs. Use this power wisely, and let's take a look at this transit and break it down for all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave me a like or a comment. I really appreciate that, and it helps promote my content on YouTube. Thank you so much to all 7,000 of my subscribers. 7,000. I just hit the milestone in early May. And I really appreciate you guys being here, watching my videos, giving me feedback and comments. It helps a lot. And also, giving me a lot of positive energy and encouragement to keep bringing stuff for you. It's a two-way street for sure. So thank you for that. If you'd like to work with me, you still have a few days left for my eclipse season special. You can get 20% off all readings using the coupon code Eclipse Season 2023. Lowercase. Check out the link down below or visit my website anastasiadoesastrology.com. Before we dive in, as you already know, likely, I am someone who creates candles and oils and captures planetary transits, same as we have once captured the transit of the moment we were born in, right? You're born with the natal chart, you represent the qualities of that moment, and similarly, you can take advantage of the good transits, of the more easier transits, right? They're all good, even the challenging ones, I think, have the power to be good, but you can capture it and create a candle or an oil in my case, or any other item that will carry the properties of that transit. I wanted to emphasize Moon in Cancer candle or oil specifically with this transit because it can be a lovely accompaniment for Venus in Cancer. If you're born with Venus in Cancer, even better. And we have been in a very kind of emotionally heavy period with the eclipse season, Mercury still retrograde. You can definitely benefit from getting this calming candle or oil. It improves sleep, fertility, and emotional well-being. And it smells really lovely. It smells like moonflower, and it's decorated with the silver foil. I don't know if you can see it. Now that this is out of the way, thank you for letting me plug my work. So let's talk about Venus in Cancer. Mars has been in Cancer since March 25th. Mars in Cancer is traditionally considered in its fall. And what that means is that the qualities of aggression, the qualities of independence and desire and standing apart are harder to express in the sign of Cancer. It doesn't mean impossible. We have Michael Phelps, we have many other people who express it beautifully. But it is a tough placement for Mars because Mars wants fights, always. Mars wants conflicts. And Cancer is the lunar sign. It's the sign of women, children. So a lot of times the conflicts in Cancer, when Mars is in Cancer, end up hurting people close to us, right? We tend to not express anger until it builds up, bursts out, and ends up hurting people we love. So Venus going into Cancer will definitely help ease some of those tensions. If you've had any kind of frustrations boiling, or also let me know, how did the eclipse go for you? It's, we had a very intense, dramatic eclipse. So Venus entering Cancer has the power to ease the tension of the eclipse season, ease the tension of Mars being in Cancer, or even Mercury retrograde. It's not going to undo, it's not going to fix all of the tech glitches, but it's definitely going to allow us to problem solve with more charm and grace. Venus will also trine Saturn between May 12th and 13th, and Saturn is in Pisces. So Saturn in Pisces is also emotional and sensitive, structured but still emotional. So Venus coming together with Saturn and aspecting Saturn definitely feels helpful, feels like maybe we are building some kind of structures and getting more organized when it comes to how to take care of our feelings, right? If we've been in this emotionally tense period, as a lot of us have been, myself included, how can we better take care of ourselves? It could mean going to therapy. It could mean journaling. It could mean setting some time aside to turn your phone off and just be with your partner, stare in their eyes, freak them out. Don't tell them that that's what you're doing. Just stare in their eyes and don't say anything when they ask you what you're doing. But, you know, like Venus and Cancer, sensitive, protective, together with Saturn and Pisces, how can we be protective of ourselves, of our connections? How can we prevent negative outbursts as much as possible? Because the calmer and the more secure we feel, the easier it is to address tense moments in life. Venus and Saturn both like mastery and craft. So this could be your opportunity to perfect a script you've been writing, or a novel you've been writing, or dedicate some time to woodworking, right? Something in the home, especially because Venus and Cancer will desire to give some love and energy to our loved ones. And I did a video last year talking about Venus and Cancer, so check it out. But just to sum it up, and I will break it down for all 12 signs, but you know, that video has perhaps an even more detailed video, but just description. But just to sum it up, Venus is the planet of accord. Venus is the planet that helps us get along. It's the energy of a happy day where everybody's smiling at you, the weather is lovely, you're getting gifts, you're getting presents, you're wearing your favorite outfits, and it's just harmony abounds. Cancer is the sign of, it's the lunar sign, so it has that energy of fertility, nurturance, protection, motherhood, right? Motherhood becomes really important for people born with Venus and Cancer. Not always, but a lot of times. Cancer is the sign connected to children and family, whatever family is for you. For some people, it would be their literal biological family. For others, it will be their friends or their neighbors or the network they've built around themselves. So when you put Venus in the home of the moon, we start to value those things. We start to value lunar things. We value family. We value togetherness. A lot of times you can even benefit through family around this time between May 7th and June 5th. Perhaps, you know, your father gives you a down payment for your house. Wouldn't that be nice? But definitely there's a sense of, you know, benefiting through your mother, through your homeland, through your parents, through property. We tend to be more kind of drawn to those things, to everything that's going to be, everything that feels like you will take with you in your warm nest, right? I always kind of think of Cancer as the sign that likes to nest. So we may enjoy buying things that are warm and cozy and surrounding ourselves with people we love and having more get-togethers with family. We tend to seek more stable relationships. Just think the energy that we're coming from. We've had Venus in Gemini, a lot more playful, a lot more, you know, let's try this, let's try that, kind of open-minded energy. And now Venus goes in Cancer and we're no longer interested in like short flings. We want stability, we want security. Similar, once again, you know, like if we're more drawn to family and family-like bonds, we wouldn't necessarily want to mess around as much. We may be drawn to the past a little bit more and feel more nostalgic around this time. That's another kind of area you can draw from in terms of inspiration or in terms of help as well, you know, asking your elders for help, for assistance. Of course, you know, there's moodiness that comes with Venus and Cancer, so we tend to be more emotional, we can be moodier, we can struggle, we can still struggle a little bit expressing frustration, but like I said, this should help ease out the tensions of Mars. And we can like watch out for being passive aggressive, watch out for not expressing how you feel for the sake of being afraid to hurt the other person, and like then you end up being passive aggressive, which doesn't serve you or them any good. We may act more clingy, we might act more needy, be more codependent, which everything in moderation, right? Everything needs to be more balanced. Be mindful. Another danger here, I think, is like idealizing the past, because when you have Venus in Cancer, you at times struggle letting the past go. There might be very deep, very, like, I think people with Venus in Cancer build like really, really deep bonds with whomever they love. That's why Venus in Cancer goes well with Venus in Scorpio or Venus in Pisces, because there's that emotional understanding. But yeah, make sure you're not living in the past. Make sure you're being honest with your partners. Pay attention when you're acting out of neediness or clinginess. Make sure you're addressing, if you know, because Cancer is connected to the past and memory, there might also be like a tendency to cling to the past I mentioned, but also like a tendency to repeat patterns of the past. So talking to your therapist about your childhood, about your mother, could be beneficial to you right now. So let's take Venus in Cancer through all 12 signs and do a quick rundown of what this might mean for you. I use and prioritize rising sign because rising sign is the door of the house, or the floor, like it determines the floor plan of the house. So if Venus in Cancer is in your bedroom, she's going to affect bedroom-like matters. If she's in your hallway, it's going to be very different. So rising sign takes priority, but you're welcome to listen to your sun or your moon. So if you are an Aries rising, Venus is entering your 4th house. Very comfortable for Venus. You may enjoy spending more time at home. You feel drawn to go visit your family, booking a ticket to see your family, actually traveling to see your family. Having more get-togethers with friends and people you love is more likely. It's funny, I'm seeing a friend with Venus in Cancer on Sunday, and I'd like to believe that she considers me part of her family. So more pull towards bringing art to your home, bringing cozy items into your home, and perhaps revisiting some of the childhood memories through talking to your parents and just feeling melancholic or sentimental in terms of looking back. If you are a Taurus rising, Venus is about to go into your 3rd house, and if you've dealt with any miscommunications, any struggles when it comes to asserting yourself or expressing your true feelings or dealing with siblings and neighbors, things will smooth out. Venus will help you communicate with more charm, with more eloquence, and find better understanding with people in your immediate environment. Even your mood is likely to change, feeling more cheerful versus being kind of focused too heavily on the issues you have or the exams you need to take or your busy schedule. I think it's likely that you'll be able to find a chance to relax and breathe out and find more ease. You can actually be the person who solves conflicts for other people, where other people come to you for advice. And interacting with siblings, working with siblings, starting a business with a sibling, or just in general kind of dealing with business matters, it's a great time for that. If you are a Gemini rising, Venus is entering your 2nd house, and for a while you only had Mars here since March 25th and lasts until May 20th. And Mars in the 2nd house could have created a lot of complications around finances and values. Maybe it's a sense of being underpaid. Maybe it's some conflicts about your compensation with bosses, or just feeling frustrated, feeling like maybe you're handling too many things and just like there's not enough, like burning through cash, or just overall sense of frustration related to money could have been the topic for you for the last month and a half. But now Venus entering the second could feel lighter. Like Venus in the second can literally bring you a bonus. It can bring you a gift and make financial matters smoother. It can also be the time when you're spending more money. So be careful and make sure that you're not just spending everything that's coming in immediately. So try to be balanced, but investing into people you love, investing into your favorite hobbies is a great way to use this transit. You know, like buying a concert ticket to go take your mom and just have a little bit of a bonding time together could be great. As well as Venus in the second house is lovely for feeling more inspired and actually being able to make money through your creative projects, through selling beauty or working with women or selling fashion items as well. If you are a Cancer rising, for a while we've had Mars in your first house, potentially bringing up fears, insecurities, even causing sickness or injuries. It's interesting because my friend who's a Cancer rising had high blood pressure to a point that she had to, call a doctor, and like it was sort of dramatic and a little bit out of the blue. So I think if you've faced any health issues, any depression, frustration, uncertainty, inability to act, lack of understanding, maybe, energy levels were up and down, Venus entering your first house on May 7th should be helpful, should be encouraging and supportive. And if there's been any misunderstandings with people in your life, this can also smooth that out. I love Venus in the first house, right? You get almost a full month of the goddess of beauty shining her light, just kind of holding your hand. Or you can think of it as you embody that energy. You're more attractive, you're more at ease, more happy, and other people are drawn to you. So if you're trying to manifest romance, this could be a great time for that. This is a wonderful time to go get a beauty procedure, to cut your hair, to upgrade your wardrobe. And you may receive more gifts, which, who would say no to that? If you are a Leo rising, Venus is going into your 12th house. For a while, you only had Mars in your 12th house, which could have been maybe challenging because you would have been addressing some of your hidden self-defeating tendencies. And Mars in Cancer is not necessarily, let's face the issue head on. There could have been a lot more kind of shadows, maybe like some secrets coming up or some kind of misunderstandings, let's say in your relationship, that you couldn't quite put the finger on it. Venus is entering the 12th house, which could be a source of answers. I think Venus in the 12th can definitely help you understand your relationships better, help you understand your patterns better, even help you seek help. Too much of help. But it can be a source of ideas that create more balance in your life, right? Like Venus in the 12th often makes us be more clear about how we sabotage our relationships potentially. It's not the easiest transit because Venus in the 12th can also be drawn to people who need saving. So definitely be mindful of getting involved in relationships that are not good for you, and with people who are unavailable or people who represent the patterns that you're working really hard on breaking. And use this energy to be creative in solitude, perhaps to go in the nature, to paint, to write about your family drama or about your relationship challenges. Use that frustration to birth a baby, right? A creative baby. If you are a Virgo rising, Venus will enter your 11th house. And maybe you've been facing some kind of friendship tensions because Mars has been in your 11th house, and there could have been misunderstandings, things unsaid, some kind of, frenemies type of energy in your house of friendships. And now that Venus is coming in, you get a chance to talk it out, to bring things out in the open and You have more power to be diplomatic, to negotiate and compromise, which is lovely. Venus in the 11th could bring opportunities to work with others, to maybe, instead of trying to dominate them through subversive tactics with Mars being here, you will be more happy to share, to work in partnership and not fight for power. It could be a great time to go out with your friends, to meet new people, to pursue networks and activities that connect with your interests. For example, you like crocheting and you join a crochet club, or you like reading and you join a book club, right? It's potentially a lovely transit for connecting with people, or even social media, putting your work in front of other people, putting your ideas in front of other people. And dating a friend becomes more likely as well. If you are a Libra rising, for a while, since March 25th, you had Mars in your 10th house, and professional matters could have felt either overwhelming or stagnant or uncertain. There could have been something that was frustrating you, but maybe you didn't quite know how to approach it. There could have been conflicts with bosses. So good news, on May 7th, Venus is entering your 10th house of career, helping you ease the tension caused by Mars. Perhaps you're getting new ideas, perhaps even getting support from other people, or finding a chance to compromise, getting along with your boss, finding more understanding is likely. Venus in the 10th is inspired. She can help you find work or do work that is enjoyable, that is creative, that is beautiful. So I like it a lot. Meeting someone through the job, be that a connection, collaboration, right? Collaborating with someone is likely, or meeting a partner, someone that like you would date, is also a possibility here. So enjoy. If you are a Scorpio rising, Mars has been in your 9th house since March 25th, causing ideological debates, disagreements, tensions connected to legal matters, travel issues, education, uncertainty. It's not all bad, right? But Mars in Cancer could have definitely created a sense of not knowing how to proceed if you have a legal issue, for example. Now that Venus is coming in, and then Jupiter actually is about to go in a Venus-ruled sign, I think you can, on May 16th, you can expect more understanding. You're going to expect even a different view on a problem. I think Venus can bring. It can bring a fresh energy. So you've been looking at it from a perspective of fighting, for example, with Mars, or from a perspective of other people doing you wrong. And now Venus comes in and you see a way to work together with them, for example, or you see a different idea. Venus in the 9th could be a great period. So between May 7th and June 5th could be a lovely period to travel, to date someone foreign, to go to a museum and learn something new, experiment in the bedroom, learn, read Kama Sutra or something like that, because it's like Venus represents what we desire and 9th house represents learning. So putting the two together would be great. If you are a Sagittarius rising, Venus is about to go into your 8th house of debts, taxes, karmic entanglements, inheritance, and partners' money. On May 7th, stays here until June 5th. For a while, from late March, you've only had Mars here, and Mars could have created a sense of misunderstanding when it comes to dealing with your partner. Maybe their finances didn't feel clear. Maybe there is something, they completed a book and they're waiting for the payment. And in the meantime, you don't know, like you may feel unclear in terms of like how your finances together will be affected by the fact that it's going to take a while. So there's just like a sense of uncertainty when it comes to a loan you've applied for, a mortgage, partner's resources, a client's payment, right? And Venus coming in here could be some answers, right? It could be the time that your partner does get the money and buys you a beautiful present, or you get a return on investment, or you get that payment that you've been owed. It could also be a time where you're more interested in the mysteries, you're more interested in researching, doing kind of practicing tarot, doing astrology, anything like that could be lovely. Venus in the 8th is very beautiful for working with other people to come together, to come to like a conclusion. Speaking too fast. Conclusion you wouldn't have otherwise come up with on your own. So collaborations, working with other people, partners, resources are where you'll see more blessings. And, you know, gifts can come to you from other people. So let me know if that's what's going on. If you are a Capricorn rising, Venus is about to go in your 7th house of relationships on May 7th until June 5th. Starting March 25th, you've only had Mars there. Mars in the 7th could have created misunderstandings, tensions in your relationship, perhaps things unsaid, perhaps some kind of conflict over things that are very personal and you felt like you can't talk about them without bringing the parents into the picture or really feeling like crying, right? So now Venus comes in here and she will let you smooth things out. She will let you talk with more honesty, with more care, and find more understanding. If you're single, beautiful period to go on dates. Chances of you meeting someone who can be beautiful and charming and turn into long-term relationship are higher. And if you are in a relationship, great time to date, great time to promote your business and reach out to people who can be beneficial to you in one way or another. One way. There's a song. If you are an Aqua rising, Venus is about to enter your 6th house on May 7th. We'll stay here until June 5th. For a while, you only had Mars in your 6th house. Mars in Cancer is in its fall, so there could have been tensions with colleagues, frustrations with work, frustrations with things that you're doing, like a sense of overwhelm, a sense of having a lot of balls in the air but not knowing which one to go for first, right? So any tension, any drama, even health issues that you may have faced are likely they will feel better, they will feel easier when Venus enters your 6th house. Venus wants to help. She wants to cure, she wants to heal, she wants to give you answers. So in terms of health issues, this might be your opportunity to address them and see a doctor or implement a new diet, a new exercise routine. In terms of work and colleagues, or even people who depend on you and rely on you, people you serve in one way or another, those relationships can get better. Those relationships can smooth over. You may even feel like you want to spend more time with your colleagues right now. So enjoy the beautiful Venusian energy. Now, if you are a Pisces rising, Venus is about to go in your 5th house. Shortly, you will have Venus in its joy in the 5th house. And then on May 20th, Mars will be in its joy in your 6th house. So good times for Pisces risings. Definitely time to be more active. But for a while, Mars has been in your 5th house and maybe you've experienced some sense of sexual frustration where maybe your love life hasn't been as exciting as you'd like. Maybe it was more like subject to ups and downs. Maybe you've had more fights with your partner. Maybe there's been misunderstandings with your children or with your, with your creative collaborator. And now that Venus is coming in, Venus, like I said, is in her joy in the 5th house. So she comes in and she's like, come down. I know how to have fun. So this could be the time of more alignment between your desires and your actions. This could be the time of inspired creativity, of romantic agreement and understanding and beauty. More opportunities to express yourself through art, more opportunities to write, more opportunities to spend time with your kids. So really beautiful energy. If you're single, go on dates, you're more likely to manifest. So focus very much on who you'd like to manifest. And if you are in a relationship, it's a great time to explore it and try some new things. But of course, you will be drawn to more kind of relationships that are stable and feel safe. And then within that safe space, you can do some freaky things. So this is it. Thank you for listening. Enjoy this transit. I think we all need it in the midst of the storms. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.